Hi James, so we're looking at the blues scale a little while ago. So a really important one for, just classic rock and blues in general. So first of all it is just a pentatonic scale with the added flat fifth. So you're going, with the pentatonic scale, you've got the first, third, we skipped the second. Okay, then it's first, third, fourth, fifth. And now what we're adding in here is the flat fifth. So one down from the fifth, this note. So what we have now is, now we're back up here. We're back on the E note here. So this is the first again. So we're cycling around through it again. So first, third, fourth. The fifth would be up here. So we're adding this note. And these notes are the same. So in total, the scale we have is this. Okay, so I just got the licks down on the phone here, just so I wouldn't forget them. So I'm just going to go through them one by one. Okay, so first one, we're rolling up on the A string. 2 hammer-ons. Okay, so there's our first move there. 2 hammer-ons on the A string. Another one from bottom to top on the D string. Little drag on the bottom note of the G string. Not a full bend. Just the suggestion of a bend, basically. Now, with vibrato, you can do it 2 ways. Grab it with at least 2, if not 3 fingers. Grip it tightly and rock back and forward on it. Doesn't have to be fast, but it does have to be steady. That's fine. Just doing it slow like that, or rattling it fast as well, but as long as it's steady, that's the main thing. That's one way of doing it, or get a good tight grip of it, and then use your finger to grip it, and then turn your wrist over and over. And remember that you can go down and back to the original position, or up and back to the original position, but not both. Both just sounds weird. So there it is. So one, you're not bending the string, you're just rolling back and forward on it, but the other one you actually are bending it over and over. So we've got, and then returning back to that top note on the D string. So that's lick number 1. Okay, then we've got, okay, so another one. So from bottom to top on the D string, same on the G string. And then, now with this one you can either go, if you want it to sound kind of dirty and bluesy, only 1 semitone bend. And if you're ever in doubt as to how far you need to push it up, just go to the actual fret that you're trying to get the sound of. So in other words, if you want a 1 semitone bend, just go up to the fret first and then match that note by bending up to it. Or you might want to go up to 2 frets. So, and just make sure you don't overbend. You know what I mean? Doesn't sound so good. So there it is. And it's all about smoothness, it's not terribly difficult to put those notes together, but to put them together nicely is what you're going for here. Smoothly, so that it's not rushed, it's not forced, and there's some nice gentle vibrato on the top of it. That's what makes it. Nope. Okay, so we've got, so what's the next one then? Alright, there's that. Okay, so we're going to the top note on the B string, pull off, same again on the G string, but this time remember that the top note on the G string is 1 fret down, and landing again on the top note of the D string. The top note of the D string, you'll tend to land on that a lot because that's the root note. That's note of 1, basically. If you're in the key of E minor, there's your E note there. In other words, as I was saying, that's not a note to end something on. You know what I mean? That's kind of like an ellipses. You're kind of waiting for the full stop, you know? So there it is. Pull off again. And by the way, try these in different keys as well. It doesn't have to be just in E minor. You know, you could try it in A minor. Any key at all. It's important to, you know, not get stuck to one key. Okay, and all right, so that's pretty much, yeah. All right, so that's pretty much it. So maybe throw in one more as well. Something a bit more, something with a bit of a weave in it. So we've got a pull off here from top to bottom. We're in A minor, by the way. That's pentatonic from the 5th fret, okay? So top note pull off to bottom note on the B string, up to the top note on the G string, back down to the bottom note of the B string, back to the top note of the G string, pull off from there to the bottom note of the G string, and then end again on the top note of the D string. So one more time, that's... And for picking, ideally, it should be down, up, down, up, down, or up on that one. I suppose it doesn't really matter. Okay, so, but again, noodle about with it. Those are just examples. So use those as a kind of a springboard, you know, as kind of the type of thing that you'd be going for. But mainly just string the notes together. Hammer-ons, pull-offs, slides, bends, vibrato, you know, barring a couple at the same time. All that stuff. Really important to be able to noodle around it like that, because once you start getting good at it, you kind of can't stop. And particularly for when you get the Les Paul, you're definitely going to want to be able to do that stuff. All right, I'll talk to you again. See you.